couple minutes until we get started. Just 1 second, setting everything up. A couple minutes until we get started, so go ahead and get your mat, what you need. If you have yoga blocks, awesome, that would be great. I realize probably most of us don't. Today I brought my chair because I'm going to try to give it kind of some examples. Today I would like to focus a little bit more on core related movement. Although in yoga, everything should be done using your core. You can't balance without it. That being said, just a few more focuses on core exercise. So a little bit shift into that as we go. I'm going to try to give plenty of options to modify. But remember, always feel free to take a break. If you happen to be in Arizona at the moment, Tucson, and you're watching this, it is 140 degrees outside. Okay, maybe 120. But it's hot. So hydrate yourself, take a break when you need. I'm already sweating, and I already put my headband on because I know I'm going to be dripping in sweat in just a moment. But yeah, get yourself ready, get your space, get your water, and about a minute or so we will get going. Welcome. I believe it is 3:30. It is the peak heat hour in Arizona at the moment. That's all right, we're not gonna let that stop us from doing some yoga. Again, my name is Nicholas. Welcome, you guys. For those just tuning in, maybe you're just joining. We're not gonna be doing any binding today, so I'm not really using the strap. But, you know, just in case it might be helpful, I always say a little towel, a little something with you. Blocks, if you happen to have blocks, great. If not, no worries, it's all right. We'll make it work without. The other thing that might be good is like maybe a hard chair. So I just have like a simple little folding chair that I brought from the house to the bar. So if that works for you, great. Like anything that's kind of hard, if you're on a couch, if you're modifying and you go to a seated position, it might be a little bit more challenging on a couch. So I'd recommend something with a harder surface, and I'll explain when we get there. Remember, as you practice, feel free to modify as much as you need. It's a vinyasa practice, implying that it's going to be a bit stronger because we flow through vinyasas. So skip them when you need, take a child's pose when you need. And oh, hey. And I never read the comments. I got a comment, how funny. Hey, Caroline. That is so funny. All right, you guys. Yeah, this whole teaching online live stream thing is a very new thing for, I know, everyone, especially a lot of the instructors included. Me being one of them who's never really taught like this before, so it's an interesting thing. And it's funny because of the chat, like when the messages pop up, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right, people can talk to me. Usually when I'm in a class, I just look at people's faces or they just talk to me. So as much as I do feel like I am by myself, I realize there are people watching, so I'm gonna keep it together. But anyway, that being said, go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable seated position. We're gonna start either seated, crossing at the shins, if that's comfortable for you. Again, feel free to grab yourself at a chair just to kind of get our breath flowing this Monday afternoon before we get moving into some of the other heated stuff. Since it's a heated Monday, we're going to keep that heat theme going. So when you're ready, go and find a comfortable spot for you. Seated on the floor, seated on the chair, cross your shins, go lay on your couch, breathe with me wherever, whatever feels best for you. When you're ready, allowing your hands to rest on your thighs, palms up, palms down, your choice. Lifting your heart, go ahead and soften your face, closing your eyes. And just take a moment, checking in this Monday. Check in with how your body's feeling. And now stuff slowly starting to change, especially in Arizona, not so much California. But things are slowly starting to open. So things are somewhat coming back to normal as we're headed into summer. A time when we want all the freedom possible. We're aware that, that might not be a reality for some time. Just check into your space, find freedom within your own space, within your breath, through your mind. It doesn't always have to be external. Clear out the clutter internally. By slowing your breath, settling into your space, into your body. And just being in this moment for the next hour, 50 minutes, however much time we have left. Take a nice, comfortable inhale through your nose. And exhale out your mouth. And again, deep breath in. And release. One more deep breath in. And release. Allowing your breath to settle. And again, we've already got that external heat going on, especially if you're joining me from Arizona. But bring a little bit more of that heat, that power internally, grounding yourself. Whatever the goal, whatever the intention is for your practice this afternoon, setting that. And your next exhale, gently take your time, slowly lower your chin towards your chest, softly bow your head. And when you're ready, gently begin to open your eyes, bringing your head back to neutral. Good afternoon, you guys. Awesome. If you're a student and chair, you're more than welcome to stay there as we move into some other poses. But we are going to make our way, if you're on your mat, we're going to make our way all the way onto our back. I'm going to slightly turn the mat a little bit more sideways so you can see. I always try to figure the best angle. I feel like if I turn all the way sideways, then you can't see the other half of my body. Taking your time. Now we did this, if you joined me on Friday, you watched the class later on Friday, we were on our back. And I talked about alignment with the hips, because we worked a little bit more on heart openers, and it was more of a bridge thing. But what this is also great for, because a little bit more focus on core, is core stabilization, trying to stabilize our pelvis. So being able to balance, being able to move our body while keeping the pelvis stable, shoulder girdle stable, everything aligned, which helps with everything that we do in yoga. So just like bridge pose, I want you to bring your ankles underneath your knees. Gently rest your head and shoulders on the mat. All 10 toes reach forward and just brushing the back of your heels with your fingertips. Feet about hips width, take an inhale. As you exhale, take your time, gently send your hips up towards the sky. And as you inhale, gently lower. And again, exhale, lift. And lower. And just a few more rounds. Start to connect your breath with the movement as you engage through the back of the legs, soft squeezing through the glutes or the bum. But as you do that, keep your chin reaching up, gently drawing your hip bones towards your ribs and lower. It's going to take 2 more rounds. And when I get to the bottom, I usually like to take just a little arch in my back. I tilt my tailbone forward just slightly. Kind of like a cat cow, just as a nice little release from my lower back. But again, if it doesn't feel good for you, skip it. Now, this time, go ahead and hold those hips up towards the sky. Let's bring a little bit more heat to the legs. Grounding your legs. Hip bones are lifted. Tailbone is reaching forward. Now, turn your palms in towards your hips. As you inhale, float your arms up and overhead. As you exhale, lower. And again, inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. 1 more round, inhale. And exhale. Pause for your inhale. Hold, keep the breath. Exhale, gently release. Now we're going to add the hips with the arm. We're doing them all together. I will talk you through it. They go one at a time. Take an inhale. Exhale, send your hips. Inhale, reach your arms. Exhale, arms. Inhale, hips. And again, exhale, hips. Inhale, arms. Exhale, arms. Inhale, hips. 2 more rounds. Exhale, hips. Inhale, arms. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more round. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Awesome, you guys. Now we're going to take a round where we're going to lift one leg at a time with the hips lifted. If you happen to have a block with you, awesome. If you don't, do not worry. You're going to bring your feet a little bit closer. If you have the block, you can place it between your toes. All 10 toes reaching forward. And even maybe not a block, you can even have a nice big fluffy pillow, just kind of something. As you exhale, go and set your hip side. Now, reach your tailbone forward. Check that both hip bones are nice and level. So it means my left one's not dropping, my right one's not dropping. They're nice and even. Now gently pressing the palms into the mat, take an inhale. As you exhale, send your right foot forward. Now make sure that right hip didn't drop, but you should feel a lot more work through this left leg. So we're grounding through that left side, but engaging through the core to keep the pelvis stable, and then grounding through the leg to help support the hip lift. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, gently release your right foot. Pause. Take an inhale. Exhale, square. Can you settle in with the breath here? Again, lifting the hip bones up, softening the ribs down. Squeeze that right bum. Take one more inhale. Exhale over. Right foot lifts. Inhale. Pause for the exhale. One more inhale. Exhale over. Left foot inhale. Woo. Now you should, again, feeling fire in those glutes. Through that bum. Pausing here. Take one more breath. And lower. Last round each side. Stay with it. Keep that heat. We're going for Arizona heat today. One more inhale. Exhale, gently lower. And left foot. Taking one more inhale. And exhale over. Pause. Woo. Gently lower your hips all the way towards the mat. Nice. Take it down to the side. I say nice like I can see everyone. I imagine y'all did an amazing job with that. Now, take a moment, gently pressing your lower back into the mat. Go ahead and bring those things to the chest. A little rock and roll side to side. Now, if it started to work up the legs, good. If you felt that connection to the core, good. All good things, starting with heat right at the beginning of our practice. Take a little rock and roll. And if it feels good for you, go ahead and take a few rocks and rolls forward and back. When you're ready, go and bring yourself all the way up. Now, we're going to shift forward into all fours here. So I want you to go ahead and set up your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Now this is something we do pretty often. We always start either with the cat-cow, the bird dog. Right now, again, we're going to focus on that core, so we're going to go right into it. I want you to make sure you're not locking the elbows out, though, especially for my hyperextended friends. Keep a soft bend. Use the muscles. Try not to lock into the knee or the elbow joints, the knee joints. Tucking all 10 toes. Draw the belly in towards the spine. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to gently lift your knees. Now, we've switched it. We will go from the back right into all fours here. You're getting more work into the shoulders, but I want you to focus on the core. So we're not tipping the belly down. We're not rounding and pulling back. It's that nice long spine. Shoulders are down, away from the ears. The belly drawn in towards the spine, and those hip bones are lifted. Take one more inhale. Exhale, gently lower. Woo. Take a moment. Now, before we go up again, just very gently, take your right hand, right wrist, gently flip it over. And just a little bit of body weight. There should still be more weight in your left hand. Just a little bit of switch here, just to get that wrist to kind of stretch out. And switch sides. I was doing quite a few vinyasas the other day myself. And I'm aware the wrists do get a little sore, a little sensitive. So, taking a moment, let it release. And at any time, again, always feel free to skip. Take it back to down dog. Another option for any of my friends that have wrist issues would be to come onto the knuckles. Change the alignment and it helps shift the weight a little bit differently. Tucking all 10 toes. When you're ready, exhale. Hover the knees off the mat. Now if you do choose to go on the knuckles, make sure the mat is padded enough. Feel free to even double it up. I'm currently on a big, thick rug, which is kind of nice, except for when I try to balance. Not so fun. Soften through those shoulders. Draw that belly in towards the spine. Taking 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more round. Inhale. And exhale, gently release. Awesome. Untuck those toes. Go ahead and step your right foot forward. Now from here, pause for a moment. I want you to walk that left knee back just a little bit, gently pressing the hips forward, and go and take your hands, gently walk them up. Now as we get into more core work, there tends to be a lot of flexion through your hips. When we send the leg in forward in front of us, we're flexing the hip, we're drawing the knee up towards the torso. So just be aware, we don't want to over grip through our hip flexors. We do really want to connect through the center. Taking 1 more breath here, and then just gently go ahead and reach back and adjust, switch sides. Nice and simple. Stepping that left foot forward and just walking those hands up. Now I talk a lot about the core being through the front of the body, but in reality, your core is the entire torso. Core through the back, through the front. We always think of the core as just that, those muscles that you can visibly see right at the top of the body, right at the top of the belly, excuse me. I always work for. Those are more vanity. Core muscles are not so much supportive, so it's the deeper muscles that we're really trying to get to. Taking 1 more round of breath here. And then as you exhale, gently release the hands. Plant the palms up, spread those fingers, rotate those elbows down, lift the shoulder blades up, take your time, tuck your toes. Go ahead and send those hips up and back, paddling out. Now because core is kind of the theme this week that I'm working on, Mondays, I typically move a little bit slower. Fridays, we'll pick it up and challenge pose a bit more. But again, that being said, a break when you need, child's pose when you need. Inner thighs reaching back, spreading your fingers gently, reaching out hard down to the neck, really soften. Now, something that I always talk about here is the support. So be aware that even if I don't say this is a core specific pose and I want to focus on, still think about it. So keep your breath, but can you send the ribs in without just over pressing those ribs out and again sink into the shoulder joints. Draw the belly in. Now as you inhale, firm through the quads, shift forward. Now again, so much core here. Quads are engaged, front of the thighs are engaged. That belly's drawn up toward that spine. Shoulders soft away from the ears. Taking 1 more inhale. As you exhale, hips up and back. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, come forward. I want you to pause and hold for a moment. Now imagine here on the mat that you are trying to separate the hands from each other. So we're really trying to get that broadening. So we don't start to get into this real big rounding here. Or we're shifting up, broadening to the collarbones. As you exhale, hips up and back. Now bring your toes a little bit closer together this time. As you inhale, maybe the big toes touch, shift forward. Pause. Now 1 leg at a time. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hover your right foot off the mat. Woo! Notice what that did to the left leg. That left leg had to charge like crazy, but then I had to engage my core so my right hip doesn't drop down. Keeping that right hip lifted, take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, set the right foot down, hips up and back, down. Pause, take a breath. Soften through your neck, soften through your jaw. Inhale, come forward again. Shoulders over wrist. Collarbones broad. Now can you take your left foot, hover it off the mat. Now as it gets more intense, are you holding your breath? Keep your breath flowing. Let that right quad engage. Let the core, all that area around that spine, engage. Lengthen, pull the heart forward, no tension, no stress. Take 1 more inhale, and then gently release the foot, release the knees. Take them nice and wide, shift those hips back. Woo. Take a child's pose. Lengthen those arms forward, pausing here, set the breath. Now start to take notice when you're holding your breath. Even if you're modifying everything, even if you're just breathing with me, most important thing, can you keep that breath nice and steady? Now, shift forward. Keep the hands reaching out in front of you. Tuck all 10 of your toes. As you exhale, send the hips back again. Now this time, as you inhale, I want you to come forward into your plank pose. We're going to stay on the knees. Now we've already done plank pose with knees straight. It should be that much stronger with those knees on the mat. This is always a great option to adjust your plank. Pulling the heart forward, softening the shoulders down, take an inhale. As you exhale, hips back. Active child's pose, keep the toes tucked. Inhale, come forward. Broaden through the collarbones. All of this core work. Shift forward and back. Yes, the arms are working. Yes, the shoulders are working. But as you inhale, I want you to keep a long spine. Send that heart forward, soften those shoulders. And one more round, shift back. Now let's go ahead and add our chaturanga. As you inhale, come forward. Now this is all core. What tends to happen is we release the core and we roll down like a worm. Draw the belly in. Hug the elbows in. Take an inhale. As you exhale, take your time. Gently lower as you come all the way onto the belly. Whew. Now it takes practice doing that. I know a chaturanga can be intense. Hands next to ribs, elbows reaching up. As you inhale, keep it nice and low. Now especially through Cobra, don't think, or any of these back bends, don't just think, push my belly as hard as I can into the mat and then lift my heart as high as I can. Pull your heart forward and draw your belly in. It helps engage and keeps that lower back safe. Taking one more inhale. Tuck your toes as you exhale, push back onto your knees. Active child's pose, we're going to repeat that same thing again. Inhale brings you forward. Now hug your elbows in. As you exhale, lowering all the way down onto the belly. Untuck your toes. As you inhale, send the heart forward. Now maybe you lift a little bit higher, but keeping those shoulders soft, draw that belly in. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, tuck your toes onto the knees, up and back. And again, just like that, inhale brings you forward. Hugging your elbows in, strong to that core. As you lower, one piece. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, hips up and back. One more round. Good measure, tucking those toes, hips back. As you inhale, shift forward. Hugging your elbows in. As you exhale, gently lower. As you inhale, pull your heart. And then as you exhale, shift back. Belly to spine, tuck your toes. And from here, go and make your way all the way up to your downward facing dog. Take a moment, paddle out those feet, bend one knee, bend the other. Get length to the back of the legs. Take a nice deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Come high up onto your toes, look forward. Bend your knees. Now look forward. This first round, feel free to take a nice little step. Bend the knees, walk it up. A little skip, however is best. Soft bend. Head release. Lengthen, releasing out the lower back. Gentle nod, yes. Gentle shake, no. I want you to go ahead and maintain this nice bend in your knees. And slowly roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Ooh. Bring it all the way up to stand. Now just a little half circuit here. Just a little bit more flow in. Working through our breath. I happen to tap the ceiling here with my fingers. It actually is short enough. I'm not very tall, but this is short where I can touch it. So I'll bend my fingers as we go. As you inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, soft bend through the knees, reach your heart forward. Now my core is engaged as I reach forward. And then from here, bend through the knees. As I inhale, I'm sending that heart towards the top of my mat, shoulders away from the ears. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now as I'm lowering and lifting, I'm keeping a bend through my knees. My quads are engaged. So as I inhale, I float, but soft bend, my belly draws in, and I'm lengthening through that spine to release all the way forward. Inhale. I want to find even a longer spine, more length. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice and slow. One more with control. They should all be with control, but especially this one. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Arms overhead, stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. All right, let's go shift into some balance right here at the beginning. We're going to bring those toes all the way together. Now, hands to heart. As you exhale, shift those hips back, take your chair pose. Now, drawing the belly in, draw your ribs in, soften your shoulders. Double check, no lifted shoulders, keeping them down. Now, even here, as I turn sideways, you want to pull the hips back as much as you can without just releasing the belly out. Draw that belly, draw those ribs in. Now, as you inhale, I want you to press your right foot into the mat and go and bring your left knee up with you. Woo! Squeeze your right bum. Drawing in. You have to engage the core to help lift that knee. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, gently lower. Now, if you need support for this balance, make your way to a chair. Make your way to a wall. Have something in front of you as you lift. Find that balance. Now, just like we did when we were on our back, no lifted hip. Keep the pelvis square. All of that stuff is connected. As you exhale, shift down. Remember, coming from that core support. The pelvis doesn't need to move. It's that knee, that femur bone, that thigh bone that is lifting up. Finding that nice, strong support. Take one more inhale. Exhale, lower. And one more time, right side. Inhale, lift. Engage through that core, finding that center. Pausing here, softening the right outer hip down. Squeezing through the left, engaging through the left quad. Engage through the left bum. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release. Pausing here, now I'm going to turn sideways. Extend those arms up, soften those shoulders, grounding even more. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, gently fold. Inhale halfway. Plant your palms, go and step all the way back to your downward facing dog. Spread your fingers. And your back shoulder lift it up. Now as you inhale, come forward. We were working on those vinyasas earlier. Feel free to keep the knees lifted this time for more intensity, or like we did before, bring them back down to the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, hug your elbows in one piece. As you inhale, engage through the core, lift. Now our right knee to our nose. We're gonna take 3 rounds. As you shift forward into plank, you're gonna bring the shoulders over wrist. Try to get your knee to touch your nose. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, back. 2 more. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. 1 more. Exhale, forward. Pause. Take 1 more inhale. Step your foot all the way between your hands. If you need to grab that foot, grab it, bring it forward. Now come onto your fingertips. Soft bend through your back knee. Inhale, crescent pose. Woo, shoulders soft. Belly lifts. Can you sink a little bit deeper? As you sink deeper, can you power up the back leg a little bit more? Hug your right hip back. Lifting the heart up, draw the shoulder blades down away from your ears. Take your palms, gently lower the arms as those palms face forward. Now keep all this broadening along the chest. Keep the lift of the belly. Take an inhale. Exhale, reach that heart forward. Now this should be fire through the center. You want to engage all through this center to keep that long spine. Now yes, work the front leg, but breathe into it. Take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, gently release. Press your left hand down to the mat. Take your right arm up to the sky. Take a twist. Broaden along the collarbone. Rotation. Now, because the theme is core today, we're going to go right into it. Our side arm plank. There are a couple options though. So I'm going to show option A to drop that left knee. Step your right foot back. Pause here. Option B is both legs go straight. So we've got a little bit more heat through our obliques. Now we're not locked out of the elbow, soft bend to the elbow. Engage. Now for anyone who wants a little bit more to the obliques, that side core, maybe you hover that right foot off the mat. Ooh, are you breathing? Take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, gently lower the pause. What is your body telling you? Child's pose, down dog. If available, work your way into your vinyasa. Hug your elbows in one piece. As you exhale, lower. Anyone working their way into an upward facing dog, tuck your toes. As you inhale, you want to lift the hips all the way up off the mat. Soft bend through those elbows, collarbones broad. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Out your mouth, let it go. Reset. Shoulder blades lifted. Left leg, 3 rounds. Inhale, float. Exhale, come forward, knee to nose. Inhale, back. And 2 more. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. And 1 more. Exhale, forward. Pause at the top here. Take 1 more inhale. And then step your foot between your hands. Whew. Feel free to grab that foot, bring it forward. Now come onto your fingertips. But you don't want to lift without that core engaged. Draw the belly in, soften the shoulders. Soft bend to the back knee. As you inhale, float the arms up. Find your crescent. I remember one time I took a class, and the teacher was asking for a request, and someone requested, I want to do core, let's work on our cores. And she was like, what does that even mean? You have to use your core through all of yoga. And you do. She's right, you do. If you're not using it, then it's not right. Draw that belly in. But sometimes it's nice to just make that be the emphasis. So as you shift forward, you feel the support. You want to be working through that center to control, to engage. Because sometimes we forget. We're so focused on balance. We're like, oh, they keep telling me to breathe, clear my mind, so many things. Take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, release. But remember, a lot of this movement has to come from the core. It has to work. That twist has to come from the center. Because that's how you find that stability, to move your limbs, your arms, your legs around, to be able to back bend, side stretch. One more breath here. Now remember option A, right into the mat, left foot steps back. Perfect option. Stick with that if that feels best for you. Otherwise, extend that right leg, go and stack those feet. Keep breathing. Now don't let the hips sink down. Use the sideways, use the obliques to engage. A slight arc up. Maybe that left foot hovers. Woo. Taking one more inhale. As you exhale, gently release, pause. Child's pose, down dog or vinyasa. Take an inhale. Exhale, hug the elbows in. Are you going down in one piece? Can you tuck those toes if you're taking up dog? Broaden through the collarbones, lift. Exhale, lift them back. Take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. And then coming high up onto your toes, I want you to look forward. Bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop. Draw that belly in, especially for that hop. Get that nice height and lift. That takes practice, but coming from that core. From here, shift those hips all the way down and send those legs out in front of you. Towel, water, grab what you need. Awesome work, you guys. From here, we're gonna go ahead and head directly into just what would be regular good old core work. So, boat pose. Now feel free to modify this. You could even make your way to a chair and just work on lifting the legs up one at a time. Again, a harder, firm chair, not a couch preferably, not something soft that you sink into. You can hold here, you can start to work the legs up. Maybe you hold those legs here. Now we are gonna give the option to lower and lift. So the most advanced would be to take those arms forward, but feel free to use some support with the arms behind you. But don't turn off the center. So, when you're ready, 5 rounds, lower and lift. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. 4 more, exhale. And up. And 3. And up. And 2. And up. And 1 more. Can you pause at the bottom, even if you need to hold, even if you need to keep a soft bend. On your next inhale, lift. And exhale, gently release. Good. So checking how that was. If you needed to modify, adjust, no problem. You got another chance at it later. So when you're ready, go and cross those ankles, shift those hands forward. Go and step those feet back, all the way up to your downward facing dog. Now this time, 3 rounds. We're gonna take our right knee to our left shoulder. 3 times. It is a twist, transverse abdominis that we're trying to get into. So as you inhale, float. As you exhale, taking right knee to left shoulder. Inhale back. 2 more. Exhale across. Inhale back. Now if that's too much, bring your knee straight to your nose. You can even pause in the lunge for a moment. Breathe in here. Take 1 more inhale. And then bring your knee to your nose. Step your foot between your hands. Adjust. Now take your back heel all the way down to the mat. Back leg is straight. We're going right into warrior 1 now. Hugging your right outer hip back. First, come onto your fingertips. Broaden your collarbones. Now feel the weight pressing into your back leg as you inhale. Float the arms up. Woo. Draw the belly in, hug the hip back, tailbone reaching down. Now warrior 1, nice deep bend. Where we're not released is through the center. You want to draw into the center, lengthen up. Now as you inhale, I want you to straighten that front leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. 1 more inhale. Exhale, bend. Pause. Can you think a little bit deeper? Ooh. 1 more inhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Adjust. Pull your foot in just a little bit. Now we're opening up to warrior 2. I'm trying to align my front heel with my back big toe. Back toes are turned up, back leg is straight. Extend. We're just here for a moment because we got more heat coming up for those legs. Don't lean forward. Lengthen. Reach up. Press down. Find your breath. 2 more rounds. So windy today. Take another inhale. But it feels like someone's got a blow dryer on your body. It's not like a comfortable, nice, breezy wind. Inhale, lengthen. Release. I wish it was though. All 10 toes to the left side of your mat. But it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's still good. Still a nice day out. Bringing those heels in. Pause. Now toes slightly rotated out from here. Bring your hands to your heart as you exhale. Send the hips down. Now don't let the knees fall forward this way. It depends on your hip mobility. I have a bit more open hips, I can rotate my toes a bit more, but take yours a little bit more forward. Again, if you need a chair, some support, go for it. Now this one, you will feel a little bit more work through the glutes as you work into the leg, or try not to release forward. So again, you've got to lift up, engage for that center. Drawing that belly in. Now pause. We want intensity right here through this pelvic girdle. We're working. Can you take the arms over the head? Soften your shoulders. 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, brings you all the way up, extend. And turn all 10 toes forward. Woo. And step it up to the top of the mat. Again, so give it a little shake, a little wiggle. All right, we're gonna go for a nice little balance here. External. Left foot is gonna cross over that right thigh. So go and take your left foot. And now we've done this pose before. We did it when we were working on twist. Belly lifts. We're not gonna take twist though, but can you find that same support? Again, if you need a chair. So focus on drawing in, hands to heart, as you shift those hips down and back. You want the ankle, you wanna make sure that the foot's not like this, ouch, where it's sickled, and you're kind of pressing the bottom of your foot up. It's supinating. You want to really lengthen out that ankle, keeping the flex, keep this knee safe and active. Take an inhale. Any of my friends who want to go a little bit deeper, go for it. Any of my friends who practice bringing the hands onto the mat, go for it. Taking 2 more rounds of breath here. 1 more breath. Now with control, as you inhale from the core, lift up from that external, right to that neutral. All from that center. Take 1 more breath. And exhale, release. Awesome work. Let's go ahead and flow it out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway. Now you plant your palms, child's pose, down dog, vinyasa. Feel free to hop. Now, if you're hopping, it's always best to hop into a nice soft bent arm. It helps keep the lower back a little bit safer. And just what, a little bit more fire through that core. Draw those shoulder blades down. Lift those hip bones up. As you exhale, hips up and back. Take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Inhale, left leg flips. Left knee, right shoulder. Inhale back. 2 more. Exhale across. And back. 1 more. Exhale across and pause. Inhale to your nose. And step your foot between your hands and adjust. Now our back heel is dropping all the way down to the mat. Back leg is straight. Come onto your fingertips. Broaden your collarbones, reach the heart forward. Hug your left hip back. As you inhale, draw the belly in. Support to lift and lengthen. Now keep pressing back, keep lifting up. Hug the left hip back. I think I said hug left hip back about 5 times within the last 30 seconds. But it's important. We're trying to square the pelvis. Knowing where that body's aligned. 4 rounds, lift and lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Back leg stays straight. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Back heel stays on the mat. And bend. 1 more. And bend. Pause. Keep the lift. Keep the shoulders soft. Bringing your hands to your heart. Woo. Inhale. And then go jump. Warrior 2. Now the legs, they should be talking. If you got that nice deep bend, if we're trying to get that thigh parallel with the mat, that front leg is definitely working. Don't let it do all the work though. Straighten the back leg. Press back. Square the shoulders towards the side. Left arm over left thigh. Right arm over right leg. Lift the heart. 2 more breaths. And exhale. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift. Woo. Now turn all 10 toes to the right side of your mat. I'm going to face you because of what we're going to do next, but similar to what we did before. So you face the right side. Make sure you can see. We're going to rotate those toes out just slightly. Let me angle a little bit here. Turn those toes out just slightly. Hands to heart. Exhale, lotus pose. My dancers, my breakout studio dancers, it's a nice big second position plie. Now keeping that lift, tailbone reaching down. Can you extend those arms up? Now if this is enough, stay here. Soften through the shoulders, even if you need to hold a chair or wall in front of you. If you want a little bit more, take an inhale. As you exhale, gently reach over towards the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Now, you don't want to let those knees fall. And remember, the rotation depends to your body. So you can turn those toes just a little bit. If you're getting heat through your legs, good. You're staying grounded. But I want you to get that nice reach and stretch into those obliques. Woo. One more round each way. And center. And last time to the right. And center. Take another inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Woo. Turning the toes forward. Awesome work. Go ahead and step towards the top of your mat. Now, we got our balance. Give those legs a little shake. They got a little heated up. Take your right foot. Bring it across your right thigh. Now remember, chair, wall, couch, something. It is also nice too because you get a little stretch into that right glute, right piriformis. Drawing the ribs in, support. Setting your focus, your gaze, your drishti. Now, don't let the shoulders collapse. Broaden. Sending those hips back. Again, any of my friends who want to go a little bit deeper, maybe even want to start to reach those hands down, go for it. 2 more breaths. One more here. Now, with control, as you inhale, bring yourself back up. Woo, squaring the pelvis. One more inhale. And exhale, release. Pause here. Ground the feet, ground the legs, ground the body. Deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. And release. Take a quick sip, grab a towel. Now, we're going to head into yogi squat. We're not going to get into the arm balance today. I think we're going to say that Friday. But go and take those feet a little bit wider. Turn the toes out just slightly, a little wider than hips width. And then from here, go and send the hips down. Now, the idea is that we can sink those hips all the way down without heels lifted. In other cultures around the world, particularly Asia, they actually sit like this. When I taught yoga there, everyone could do this. And they left because I told them in the US, we don't ever do this. So it's really hard. So if you feel that those heels are lifting, you can roll up your mat, roll up a towel, bring a little bit of height underneath your heels. You can also keep the hands out in front of you, those calves, and open up to those hips. It takes work, but again, in American culture, we never squat, so it's very difficult for us. Drawing the belly in, but don't feel bad about it. It's hard for everyone. Keep that lift, take one more breath, and then as you exhale, gently release your hands, turn the toes forward, and exhale, gently fold. Gentle nod, yes. Gentle shake, no. Now, this next round is where a block, if we're in a regular yoga studio and I say, grab your yoga blocks. That's what we're going to do. We're going to lift ourselves up. Well, I am aware that most of us probably don't have yoga blocks. So I'm going to show real quick before you make your adjustment. But ideally what we're going to try to do is we're trying to lift ourselves up and engage that core. Now you're more than welcome to stay on the mat here and lift here. Just understand that the arms are a little bit shorter, so you might not go as high. I want you to try to avoid though doing this too. You want to keep that heart lifted. Here's where maybe a chair would be a little bit better. This is a narrow chair, so for my shoulders actually in particular, it's a little narrow for me. What we can also do here is just lift up off the chair. Just a little bit. You don't even have to slide your hips forward. If that works, great. If not, just lift up. We're going to get into some core here. So, you decide. On the mat, if you have blocks, awesome. On a chair, that works too. Preferably a chair with a firm back. Now, because I do have blocks, I am going to use my blocks. For those of you that hands on the mat, get it. You get extra bonus points. From here, go and keep a nice bend in your knees. Take an inhale. As you exhale, I want you to lift up. Can you lift that heart? Pausing here, draw that belly in. Breathe, take an inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, gently lower. Now, if you're saying, Nicholas, I'm feeling this in my arms, well, of course, your arms are holding you up. But I want you to connect with the core a little bit more. So this next round, let's see if we can take the right leg, float it off, set it down, and then we'll switch to the left leg. Pausing here, lift that heart, take an inhale. Exhale, press up. On your next inhale, can you hover that right leg? Now the core has to fire a little bit more. You might feel hip flexor. The hip has to flex. Take one more inhale. Gently lower the right. Can you take the left? Woo. Send that heart up. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release and lower. How was that round? Can we lift one more time? For fun, you can cross at the ankles, and as you lift, you can try to bring both feet up. This is probably Going to mainly only work if you're on the floor. On a mat, chair might be a little bit more challenging, but hey, go for it. See if you can hover those feet. I'll bring my hands to the mat since I figure most of us are probably just on the floor on the mat. Take an inhale. Can you lift the hips? Can you bring the feet up? Woo! Find that balance. Taking one more inhale. And exhale, gently lower. If it didn't work, don't worry. Laugh at yourself. Why not? Having fun. Go ahead and shift forward. Go ahead and bring your feet back. And yogi's choice. If you want to float out, take it into that vinyasa. Otherwise, go straight back to down dog. If you need a child's pose, make your way into it. Soften through the shoulders. Exhale, hips up and down. Taking one more round of breath here. Out your mouth, let it go. And bringing yourself forward. And feel free to just bring your knees onto the mat. Now we're going to head into our Sphinx pose, which is going to turn right into our forearm planks again. I said we're going to come into them one more time, but this time we're going from forearms. So, align elbows underneath your shoulders. Again, I want to work that side core a bit more. Broaden through the collarbones, pull your heart forward. Now double check, we talked about this on Friday, especially for my friends with flexible lower backs. Tendency is we just want to arch the back, we want to, I'm so flexible, and you want to lift that heart up. I want you to work on drawing the belly in. You can still get that arch, but guess what? You're getting core work too. So why not? Draw the belly in, pull the heart forward, tuck your toes from your quad center. If this is enough, stay here. Otherwise, take that left arm, gently rotate it in. We're gonna drop both heels to the left. Right hand can come to the hip. If you want, you can bring it all the way up to the sky. Now we're gonna take 4 little pulse lifts up with the hips. Take an inhale, exhale, and down, and up, and down, up, and down, up, and pause. Woo. Shifting right hand down. Broaden, are you still with me? Hang in there. One more side, dropping the heels. Your choice, stack the shoulders, other hand. Reach the arms up, just 4. Take an inhale, exhale, press, and lower. And 3. And 2, and 1. Bring in the hips, square, hand, pause here, send that heart forward, taking one more inhale, and with control, don't just collapse, softly lower the hip, open up through the heart, and exhale. Now go ahead and gently lower, let the head drop down. Woo. How was that round? Take a moment. Set those hands next to you. Press back, shift those legs forward. Now, like I said, we had Navasana, boat pose round one more. But rather than staying with boat, we're gonna kind of add on. It's gonna take us right into our back bend to open up through the front of the body. So, go ahead and set it as you were. We're gonna lower halfway, but then we're gonna continue going all the way down onto our backs. So, once you're ready, go and lift those legs. Pause. Now you can stay holding onto the legs if you want to lower and support. If you want a little bit more intensity through that core, gently reach forward. Slowly lower down. Now, you're more than welcome to support the head. You're more than welcome to lower the head all the way down into the mat. You decide. For more intensity, you're going to reach forward. Now that left leg is going to reach up to the sky. Keep the knee bent. You can always add support to the lower back, bring it down. For the most intensity, send that left leg forward. Right leg, 5 rounds, lower and lift. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. And again. And up. And 3. And up. And 2. Now drawing that belly in towards that spine. And 1. Pause. Bend both knees. Woo. Left leg up. Whatever you did to that left leg, match it on the right side. I went forward with that extension. Inhale. Exhale, lower. And up. And 4. And up. And 3, and 2, and 1. Woo! Bend both knees. Take your hands behind your head. We're almost there. Broaden. Gently lower. Pause. Now just that slight lift to the lower back, but staying engaged. Take an inhale. Give me 8 little crunches. 8. Down. 7. And shh. And 5. Using that breath. And 3, and 2, And one, and gently lower yourself all the way down. Plant your feet, pause. Awesome work, yogis. Take a moment, settle. Now we are going to get some hip stretch, but since we're already here, let's make our way to our bridge pose. All 10 toes forward, brush the back of your heels. As you exhale, send your hips up. Now keep your chin reaching up, your neck is not touching the mat. Pause, tailbone is reaching towards the knees, hip bones are lifted towards the ribs. Can you interlace? Gently walking the shoulder blades in just a bit more. Keep that broadening, keep that lift. Now stay right where you are. Keep breathing. Taking 2 more breaths. And exhale. 1 more inhale. As you exhale, gently lower. And release. 1 more bridge for fun. If 1 was enough, chill, hang, give yourself a moment. Otherwise, you can add on a bit more and take it all the way into Urdhva, right into your wheel pose. So your choice, bridge, what you just did, wheel pose, which I'm going to do right now, or just chill for a moment. Those are reaching up as you exhale, use the legs, gently lift, draw those shoulder blades up away from your ears, and as you continue to press yourself up, all the way into your wheel. Make sure all 10 toes keep facing forward. Working your way into the legs, taking another inhale. And as you exhale, tuck your chin gently lower. Bringing yourself down. Awesome work. You guys taking a moment to settle. Hugging the knees in. Rock. Release. Go ahead and take your left foot down. I'm sorry, take your right foot down. Take your left ankle across. Either gently press on your thigh. You can thread your hands through. Pausing here for a moment. Now we're going to be here for a few breaths. This next round, this technically it's a variation. We're getting into the glute opening up. But if you want more of that single pigeon feeling, because we didn't do it today, some people are very picky about their single pigeon. They feel like they didn't do a pigeon in yoga, then it wasn't a yoga class. That's not true, by the way. If you want to go a little bit deeper and you want to reach right arm around that left foot and that left arm around, you can kind of cradle the leg in. Now right now I have my right knee bent, but you can also extend. Now I can't right now. My hips are a little bit tighter. Oh, maybe. You can even rest the head back down. But if that works for you, otherwise stay with where you were. You get a little side to side. Taking 1 more round of breath here. Now wherever you are, whether you're here, whether you're just the foot threaded, I want everyone to come back, release, holding on your shin. Take your left leg, reach it forward. As you exhale, take your knee all the way across your body, reach your right arm towards the right side of the room. Gently press that right shoulder down onto the mat. Slow your breath. Keep reaching this right hip forward. 1 more here. And as you inhale, bring yourself back to center. Bending the knees. Now we're going to switch sides. So your right ankle is going to come up and across. You can either press, even that feels like a nice release from my right hip. You can thread. Now if you're going for the other bind around the shin, take a moment here. Just let the glute stretch. If it feels all right in your practice, and some of us might even just play with hooking around that shin. This also works too. Or you can bring that left elbow, hook it around that right foot, and then same thing. Right elbow hooks to the outside of that right knee. You can stay here, kind of like you're holding a baby. You're just kind of cradling the shin in towards your chest. Again, this is just the more advanced option. So if you want that more of that single pigeon feeling, this would be the way where you could go into it. Of course, you're at home, so if you want to jump into a single pigeon, please, by all means, go for it. We were just already on our back, so I was setting this up. One more round of breath. Now, if you have your arms around that leg, go and gently bring your left knee in. Take your time. Gently release. Go and hug that left knee in. Take your right leg, reach it forward. As you exhale, pull your knee across your body. Broaden. Pressing your left shoulder down, reaching your left arm forward to the left side. One more round of breath here. As you inhale, come back to center. Baby, I'm going to turn sideways for this one. Go and reach the insides of the knees, reaching for either your shins, if you can. Grab the outer edges of the feet. Now, naturally, the tailbone wants to lift. I want you to reach your tailbone forward. Press your lower back onto the mat. And from here, as you pull the knees down, press the heels up. If it feels good, take a rock. Just to kind of release the lower back. If it feels good to extend the leg. You can even go for that. One more round of breath here. And as you exhale, bring your knees back toward your chest. Drawing them in, take an inhale. As you exhale, gently lift your forehead up toward your knees, pausing at the top for a breath. And as you exhale, releasing yourself down onto your space. Making yourself comfortable, adjust. Gently drawing your shoulder blades towards each other. And from here, as you settle into the space, closing your eyes just for the next few moments, begin to let your body settle. Take a comfortable inhale. A gentle sigh. And begin to move into Shavasana. See how much can you let go? How much can you settle into your space, onto your mat? Letting go of your controlled breath. And gently begin to deepen your breath. Bringing movement back to your fingers and your toes. Reaching your arms over your head, take a long stretch through your body. And when you're ready, take your time, bend your knees, roll to your side, allow your breath to continue to deepen. And when you're ready, exhale, pressing yourself up to a seated position. Crossing at your shins. Sitting nice and tall, wherever you are, with your hands together at heart center. And whatever heat, whatever practice, using it to help stabilize, to help ground. Just keep things nice and even. As we close with 3 strong breaths, when you're ready, take a deep inhale. And release. 2. 2 more, deep breath in. And release. 1 more deep breath in. And release. Sealing in your practice, your work, your effort, your focus. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, for joining me this Monday afternoon. It's a pleasure as always. Friday I will continue on with a little bit more core focused work. Probably get a little bit deeper in certain poses, a little bit more intense. Usually a little bit quicker on Friday, so check it out. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for joining me on BreakOut Studios online classes. Here in the barn, in the desert. Hopefully you'll all be around on Friday. Have a great one.